Remember those juicy, mouth-watering burgers you couldn't wait to sink your teeth into? Well, what if I told you that some of the most legendary hamburgers from back in the day have completely disappeared from restaurant menus? Today, we're taking a trip down memory lane to revisit some famous hamburgers that vanished from restaurants across the US in the 70s. From towering creations with quirky toppings to fast food icons that had lines out the door, we're uncovering the burgers that left us hungry for more. You won't believe what was once on the menu and why they disappeared. Created by Ray Kroc, the man behind McDonald's rapid expansion, the Hula burger was designed to cater to customers who didn't eat meat on Fridays, particularly Catholics. Instead of the usual beef patty, the Hula burger featured a grilled pineapple slice topped with cheese, served on a standard bun. At the time, McDonald's was looking for a way to keep sales steady on days when many Americans observed religious restrictions on eating meat. The Hula burger was McDonald's answer to this problem, alongside another contender, the Filet-O-Fish, which was introduced around the same time by a franchise owner in Ohio. The Hula burger experiment is now considered one of McDonald's biggest failures. Despite the growing interest in vegetarian options today, the Hula burger never made a comeback, possibly due to its odd combination of ingredients. Pineapple and cheese, while interesting, didn't align with the classic burger profile that customers were used to. As a result, it quietly disappeared from the menu. Burger Chef, once one of the biggest fast food chains in the United States, introduced the Super Chef as a premium hamburger option to compete with rivals like McDonald's and Burger King. The Super Chef stood out because it was a larger, more loaded burger compared to standard offerings at the time, featuring a sesame seed bun, lettuce, pickles, onions, cheese, and a quarter-pound beef patty. Burger Chef's slogan, "We get it right," played well into the image of offering a hearty, reliable meal with the Super Chef as its leading item. The Super Chef was often chosen as the base for these customized creations, attracting customers who wanted more control over their meals. By the late 1970s, however, the Burger Chef brand began to lose its market share. The chain, once boasting over 1,200 locations across the US, faced stiff competition from larger companies like McDonald's and Burger King. Eventually, General Foods sold the brand to Hardee's in 1982. Many Burger Chef locations were converted to Hardee's, and the Super Chef, along with other Burger Chef classics, disappeared from the menu. Wendy's Big Classic Burger was introduced as one of the restaurant chain's standout menu items in the 1970s. Wendy's, founded by Dave Thomas in 1969 in Columbus, Ohio, had already established a reputation for square, fresh beef patties and its old-fashioned approach to fast food. The Big Classic was made with a large, square patty, topped with lettuce, tomato, cheese, onions, pickles, and Wendy's signature mayo ketchup sauce. Unlike the basic hamburgers sold at other chains, the Big Classic aimed to give consumers more of a premium option with its size and toppings. The sandwich was served on a Kaiser-style bun, which set it apart from the simpler sesame seed buns common at competitors like McDonald's and Burger King. By the mid-1980s, the Big Classic had built a strong customer base, but it eventually faded from prominence. By the early 1990s, the Big Classic was quietly phased out of most Wendy's menus, making room for other sandwiches that better matched the evolving tastes of American fast food consumers. Hardee's Big Twin Burger was a popular menu item in the 1970s, introduced as a competitor to McDonald's Big Mac. The Big Twin was notable for its two all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, and onions on a sesame seed bun, much like its well-known competitor at McDonald's. The special sauce became a key selling point, setting it apart from other fast food chains, and it helped Hardee's carve out its place in the competitive burger market. The Big Twin became part of Hardee's efforts to differentiate itself from other fast food chains. While McDonald's Big Mac was dominating, Hardee's sought to offer a similar product, but with their own twist. The company started to experiment with more diversified menu options, including fried chicken, roast beef sandwiches, and breakfast items. As these new menu items gained popularity, the focus on classic burgers like the Big Twin decreased. In the 1980s, Hardee's was acquired by Amasco, a Canadian holding company, and the Big Twin was quietly retired during this period. The bonus: Jack was introduced by Jack in the Box in the early 1970s as a direct competitor to McDonald's Big Mac, The bonus jack featured 2 beef patties, a slice of American cheese, lettuce, pickles, and jack in the box's signature Thousand Island-style sauce. It was sandwiched between 3 slices of bread, similar to the iconic structure of the Big Mac, which had been gaining popularity since its 1967 debut. Jack in the Box was already known for offering a broader menu than other fast food chains. They catered to a customer base looking for variety, offering everything from tacos to breakfast items, alongside their burgers. The bonus jack fit well into their strategy of providing customers with unique offerings compared to their competitors. By the late 1970s, the bonus jack had quietly disappeared from Jack in the Box locations across the U.S. as the brand focused on expanding other aspects of its menu. Jack in the Box briefly reintroduced it in the 2000s as part of a limited-time promotion, but it didn't regain its former place in the spotlight. The McFeast burger was introduced by McDonald's in the 1970s as part of the brand's push to offer more premium options on their menu. It stood out from the standard burgers, like the Big Mac and the Quarter Pounder, by adding additional ingredients that gave it a unique appeal. The McFeast was loaded with toppings such as lettuce, tomato, cheese, onions, mustard, ketchup, and pickles. Some versions of the McFeast also included bacon, making it a more deluxe option compared to what customers were used to at McDonald's. McFeast represented an attempt to compete with other fast food chains offering more elaborate burgers, like Burger King's Whopper. The McFeast eventually faded from McDonald's U.S. menu by the late 1970s. McDonald's was focused on maintaining a simplified menu to ensure fast service and efficiency, one of its core business strategies. The company decided to concentrate on promoting these more familiar items, rather than keeping multiple premium burgers on the menu. Sandy's Big Scot burger was one of the most memorable fast food hamburgers in the United States during the 1960s and early 1970s. This burger was known for its large size compared to other hamburgers on the market at that time. It featured a quarter-pound beef patty, lettuce, pickles, onions, and Sandy's own special sauce, all sandwiched between 2 toasted buns. The Big Scot was designed to compete directly with McDonald's Big Mac and other popular hamburgers of that era. It became one of its signature items, contributing to the chain's growing success. The focus was on delivering a hearty, satisfying meal at a competitive price, which resonated with customers during a time when fast food was becoming an essential part of American life. In 1972, Sandy's was acquired by Hardee's, another fast food chain looking to expand its footprint in the U.S. After the acquisition, many Sandy's locations were rebranded as Hardee's, and the Big Scot, along with most of Sandy's original menu items, disappeared. The Whataburger Jr. was designed as a smaller, single-patty burger that still delivered the signature taste of the classic Whataburger, but in a more compact form. At that time, the fast food industry was growing rapidly, with chains like McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's expanding their menus to offer a wider variety of options. The Whataburger Jr. fit into this trend, providing a lower-priced alternative to the larger Whataburger, which remained the star of the menu. The smaller size also appealed to kids, those with smaller appetites, or anyone looking for a lighter meal. Despite its popularity during the 70s, the Whataburger Jr. began to lose its appeal in the following decades. Fast food chains like Burger King and Hardee's were rolling out larger burgers with more toppings, and the industry as a whole was moving towards bigger is better. The Whataburger Jr., while convenient, no longer satisfied customers seeking larger meals for value. Wimpy's Whopper was once a popular menu item in the United States during the 1970s, introduced by the Wimpy fast food chain. Wimpy, a British-based fast food company, began expanding into the U.S. market in the mid-20th century, and the Whopper burger was part of its strategy to compete with major American chains. Wimpy's Whopper was a large, hearty hamburger that aimed to appeal to customers looking for a bigger, more filling meal. The burger was comparable to what Burger King offered, but had its own unique twist, including thicker patties and a simpler ingredient lineup. Wimpy locations in the U.S. were fewer than its competitors like McDonald's and Burger King, but the chain's presence was significant in urban centers and smaller communities where other major chains hadn't yet reached. Wimpy's Whopper was designed to give American consumers a bigger, more substantial option than the typical smaller hamburgers available at the time. However, As competition increased, Wimpy struggled to keep up with the aggressive expansion and marketing strategies of American giants like McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's. Launched by A&W in 1967, Papa Burger became a signature item on their menu and a favorite among customers who wanted a hearty, no-frills hamburger. The Papa Burger stood out for its double patty build, featuring 2 seasoned beef patties, lettuce, tomato, cheese, pickles, and A&W's special sauce, all served on a toasted bun. It was the flagship burger in the Burger Family series, which also included the Mama Burger, Teen Burger, and Baby Burger. A&W, originally known for its root beer, made a strong move into the fast food market, and the Papa Burger was central to that push. During this time, A&W had thousands of drive-ins, and the Papa Burger was a common choice for customers looking for a large, filling meal at a time when fast food was booming in popularity. While A&W remains known for its root beer, the drive-in restaurant model that supported the Papa Burger's success fell out of favor by the end of the 1970s, as fast food shifted towards standardized indoor locations and drive-through windows. And there you have it, folks, these iconic burgers that vanished from menus across the USA. Did any of these bring back memories? Or maybe you've even tried one yourself? Let us know in the comments which burger you'd bring back if you could. If you enjoyed this tasty trip down memory lane, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more food nostalgia, and ring that bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep those cravings alive.